Strange news out of Bulgaria, where the country's interior minister is saying that a suicide bomber who killed 5 Israeli tourists was carrying a fake Michigan driver's license. Surveillance video of the suspected bomber was released today. You can see him circled right there. The bombing happened in a parking lot outside Burgas Airport yesterday. The 5 tourists, their driver, and the suspected bomber all died in the attack. Israel was quick to point the finger of blame for the attack at Iran or an Islamist militant group. Right now, investigators are using DNA samples to try and identify the bomber after determining the Michigan driver's license they found was a fake.
50 Shades of Grey has been credited with reviving struggling marriages, and some doctors predict a baby boom next year because of it. Author E.L. James says she feels overwhelmed by the success of the book, which of course now we know is soon going to be made into a movie. So lots of people talking about who's going to be cast as Christian Grey.
I'm offended knowing that you read it after hearing all that stuff.
It's a trilogy. There are 3 of them.
Was it books on tape, or did you actually read it?
Books on tape.
Maybe you listened to it on the bus or something.
On the bus.
We have a lot coming up at 6 o'clock. Christian is back with a preview for us. Well, we had some scarce and spotty rain, hardly any over the weekend, but it is dry, dry, dry. I don't know, Rick Mecklenburg, if we are using the term drought, but it is incredibly dry. It is hot. It is humid, and is it going to stay this way? I had a golf outing this morning for the Hope Network, and it was fantastic, raised a lot of money.
Great.
But man, was it hot. And there was an afternoon flight, too. I'm glad I didn't have to plan that one.
No kidding. Yeah, we are in a drought. There's no question.
So it's officially called a drought?
Yeah, and it's going to be even worse by the end of the week because we have very little in the way of rain on the way. It's just ridiculous. At least we're not mowing our yards, though. That's maybe a positive.
I think people would be happy to do a little lawn work if it had some chlorophyll in it there, if it was green and alive.
Another big story is the heat.
Thanks, Christian. A man from Howard City is dead after a hit and run, and police are looking into whether the man who says he discovered the body may also be the one who caused the accident. It happened around 2:30 this morning in the 400 block of West Edgerton Street. That's in Montcalm County. Driver on their way home found the body of a man lying in the street. That driver went home and had his father call 911. When emergency crews arrived, there was nothing they could do for the victim, 25-year-old Scott Michael Gregory of Howard City. Police then arrested the driver who saw the body, a 24-year-old also from Howard City, for operating while intoxicated. Now, as they investigated further, they found evidence that may link that man's vehicle to the crash. However, there are no charges yet as they are still looking into the accident. If you get a call, a text, or a social media message from somebody who says they're going to get the government to pay your utility bills, don't believe them. It's a scam, and that's the word coming from Consumers Energy. Consumers says for the past 2 weeks, somebody's been contacting their customers posing as an employee. That person claims to want to help make payments for them using funding from a new federal program, but it's all fake. The scammers are really after things like Social Security numbers and bank information. Missed payments from people who have been reeled in by the scam have already totaled over $1 million. The areas with the most reported victims are in Kalamazoo and Battle Creek with more than 200. At least 140 are in Grand Rapids and a big chunk in Saginaw and Flint.
They have their account set up for online bill pay or pay by credit card. We'll see that activity. So when we've noticed that, we are sending letters to our customers saying, we believe you've been a victim of a scam, your utility bill has not been paid, and please call us.
Consumers says while in the field, their workers will always have a security badge. Some may also wear a yellow hard hat. If you're not sure if an officer is legitimate, you can double check by calling Consumers at 800-477-5050.
It's Tim.
All right, thanks, Rick. As you said, today's rainfall, good news, but one day is not enough. We definitely need more. Climate and agricultural officials released new drought monitor maps today, and they have switched most of West Michigan from moderate to severe drought. Now, keep in mind, as Rick said, the new maps only include rainfall through Tuesday, so today's rain is not factored in. We will have a closer look at what the report entails and see how the drought has affected water usage in West Michigan coming up at 6:30. We have some breaking political news right here in West Michigan. We are getting late word tonight that there's a new write-in candidate for the race in the 76th district. Bing Goey, the well-known business leader, is holding a press conference tomorrow morning to announce his intentions to run for state representative. Another twist in this highly publicized seat after the fallout from Representative Roy Schmidt's party switch scheme. We will have more on this story coming up tonight at 10. I'm Tim Doty. Welcome to Fox 17 News at 5. Gray, rainy, normally a day we'd complain about, but today. We are very happy with these conditions. Fox 17's Rick Mecklenburg here with the scoop on whether we will see more of these strange droplets falling from the sky. I was a little alarmed. I didn't quite know what it was today.
I had so many people I saw today just looking up into the sky, enjoying the rain, because it's been so long since we've had a rain like this.
Give it about one more day and they'll be saying, when's this rain going to stop?
Yeah, or 10 more minutes, I don't know, something like that. But it's still continuing for some
That's good
areas.
news.
Absolutely. Take a look at Live Fox.
All right, thank you, Lindsay. The jury has been seated in the trial of a woman and her stepbrother who were charged in a road rage killing. Jeanette Davis is charged with second-degree murder in the death of Lance Byers. Police say Byers rear-ended a Lincoln Navigator in Grand Rapids last February. The Navigator was being driven by Jonte Davis while his stepsister Jeanette was in the passenger seat. A witness says he saw the three people arguing and shoving each other before he heard a loud pop and saw Byers stumble back to his car. The defense says Jeanette should be charged with manslaughter, not murder, because they claim the shooting was in self-defense. Davis is charged with being an accessory after the fact and being a habitual offender. Last week, the trial was postponed for plea negotiations. Opening statements are expected to begin tomorrow morning. It is a story we already talked about at the top of the show. A night of celebration turns into tragedy. At least a dozen killed, more than 50 injured as a gunman opens fire in a showing of The Dark Knight Rises in Colorado. Film critic Jared Hall from the Seven Seas joins us now. Jared, this is not the way we wanted to enter this weekend and talk about this film.
Oh boy, not at all. And here's the thing, this movie, The Dark Knight Rises, it was doing so well already at the box office, advanced ticket sales. It was very much on track to possibly beating, but coming very close to the $207 million opening for the Avengers. But of course, money is just not really all that important right now.